So hey everybody, welcome to a Brilliant Businesses podcast. My name is Nick Bryant and I'm very pleased and excited to be joined today by Neil Simmons of TM Recruits. How you doing, Neil?
Hi Nick, yeah, all good mate.
Good to see you. So Neil's business is obviously a recruitment agent based in Tunbridge Wells, serving the TM postcode, clues in the name, and been going for 7 years. And every time I see Neil, he tells me how well it's going and how business is going. So he's going to tell us a bit about that. But to start off with, tell us about how it all came about and how the business started. Take it away, Neil.
Yeah, so throughout my career, I guess I've had quite a number of jobs that have all been people orientated, and I've always said that it was kind of like the university of life for me. So from sports coaching, I went into the wild world of entertainment. At risk of sounding like David Brent, I was a Blue Cove Pontins, did a season in Prestatyn, North Wales, which was fantastic. Yeah. Really good grounding, very disciplined environment actually, very hard work. We used to work 9 till 5, 7 till 12, 6 days a week. So It was full on. And then did the same job overseas for another 5 years, all around the Mediterranean. And it was great fun, really, really good. But that kind of thing's got a bit of a shelf life. So we were looking at where to live. My wife was from Kent originally, so we decided we finally sort of settled in Tunbridge Wells area, and I took a role with the local newspaper, the Courier, selling advertising, which was great, really good fun. I was out on the road going in to meet all the owners of restaurants and leisure centres and that sort of thing, and from there I worked for the Courier for about 3 years, and then I went into recruitment. And recruitment is a people-orientated business. Some would say that you're selling people, but for me, what's fantastic is being able to help people with their careers, but at the same time, help businesses grow by attracting the very best talent in the market. So I found that I was quite good at it. I had some great ideas, and my career developed quite nicely from being a trainee to a consultant, and then running a busy team, and in 2014, it was a tough year. My dad passed away that year, and it sort of it was a bit of a kind of a wake up call, a kick up the backside, if you like. That I kind of calculated it, that he died when he was 66. At the time, I was 38, and I thought, well, I've got 28 years left. And, it potentially might be less than that. Who knows? But it sort of prompted me to think that I wanted to do something for myself. I had some great ideas to put into practice, and that's what I've done. So initially started the business. I thought about calling it Tunbridge Wells Recruits, but thought that was potentially a bit restrictive, and looked at the fact that I've always recruited in the TN postcode. And I was once told years ago by a client that there was 26,000 businesses in the TN postcode, and it stuck with me. So I called it TN Recruits with a view to scalability long term. We've got the obvious thing is the postcodes, and we went on to launch ME Recruits, which is extremely successful. But also I had an idea that the word recruits, we could tack a word onto that to have specialisms. And that's what we've done as well. We've launched specialist industry sectors with law, which is working brilliantly for us. We've got an accounts division, and this year we launched an automotive division, which was kind of by accident, really. And then as well as that, we've got our temps division. I'm blessed with having an amazing team who do a fantastic job. Each of the people who works for the TM Recruits group are absolutely fantastic, and there's no way that I'd be in the position I'm in without getting so lucky with having an amazing team.
Yeah, that's really, really important, big part of it, isn't it, having a great team around you. And it's a great story because sometimes life-changing events can just flip a switch and make you sort of crack on and do something. That sounds like what happened to you. What's the industry like right now? What's some of the challenges you're faced with?
Well, it's one of the most challenging yet rewarding markets that I've worked in. I've worked in recruitment now for 15 years.
Yeah, sure.
at the moment, we would describe it in the industry, we'd describe it as a candidate-driven market. And there are a number of reasons for that. And what that means is there's a shortage of good candidates, lots of vacancies out there, and there's a number of reasons for that. So if we look at if we look at Brexit, for example, we've had a lower level of worker, if you like, that's been taken away. We're limited with the amount of people that we've got for the more open or entry level roles, and that's had a knock-on effect right the way up the ladder. So that's number one. We also obviously had something called COVID. Don't know if you came across it at all.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's been in the news a little bit. But so that sort of put a few things on hold to start with. But once the companies really got used to being able to not just work from home, but train staff to work at home and be confident with people starting from home. Once we got over that initial sort of three to 6 month period, it's really motored, and it was almost like business was put on hold for 3 to 6 months. But because the downturn wasn't led by a financial issue, it was due to COVID. It meant that people were still ready and willing to spend. So that pent up desire to spend was there. So for all of those reasons, it is an unbelievable market. In terms of the amount of people employed in the UK right now is at record numbers. The amount of unemployed is going down month on month. The amount of job adverts that are out there is in excess of 1 million, which all means that it's an extremely competitive market.
That makes your life difficult then, I guess, really. I mean, so how do you overcome something like that, where there's all these lovely, lovely jobs for people and you can't put them in those seats? I mean, that's frustrating, isn't it?
Yeah. So, the recruitment industry is absolutely booming at the moment. I'm part of a recruitment network and get some amazing advice, support and conversation. And as well as that, being able to help other people in the recruitment industry as well. But most people in the industry are having record months, record quarters, record years, and that's certainly the case with us, which is fantastic. But the challenges are there. The challenges of not being able to find candidates and candidates being in hot demand and having temptation, being tempted into other roles is certainly a challenging factor for businesses. So in answer to your question, Nick, how do they overcome that? How do they work with that? Well, you've got to make sure that your offering is better than your competitors. In terms of the role, it's got to be interesting, exciting. We ask the question all the time about what people are looking for from the next role, and the answers that come back is the main answers that come back is progression, which includes training, career development, however you like to say it. That's what people are looking for. And the other thing is flexibility. Flexible working has become a massive thing.
Of course.
And if you're not able to provide those two things, then you're on a back seat. The other thing is making sure that simply that your staff are feeling valued, that they have got somewhere to go, that they are feeling like they can, that they are valued. But in terms of the recruitment process, if people are recruiting, whether it's through us, through another agency, through their own means, they need to move quickly with that process. We've seen so many situations where clients are starting a recruitment process, not able to see someone for a couple of days, then not able to do the second interview for up to a week, and then not in a position to be able to offer for a while. We need to shorten that process. If you want to compete and get the right people on board, you need to move quickly. Doesn't mean you have to rush the recruitment process. Still be thorough in terms of all the stages that you need to do, but make it as short as possible.
Are salaries staying pretty much the same? Is that a big part of it as well? Or?
No. Salaries are increasing, and getting some might say out of control.
Oh, really?
The competition for good staff is really high, and the obvious solution that companies think they need to do is put the money up, and that's certainly always going to be a factor. But you need to do all the other things as well. There's lots of benefits that you can give, which don't necessarily cost anything, and also lots of ways that you can treat your staff, making sure that they're able to go for their children's sports day, their children's assembly. They won't get those times back. So if you give it a little bit of flexibility around that, your staff are eternally grateful and are likely to be more loyal to you.
Yeah, motivates them as well, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
And that's the world we live in right now, being able to work that way, which is really important. I guess if you're not offering that, then someone else is going to get it in another job.
Completely.
Really important. The different divisions that you've got, you started setting out any more for those in the future, or any plans for that?
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment.
No.
You've got enough on your plate right now.
Yeah,
right?
That's right. Yeah. I mean, the automotive division, that kind of happened by mistake, and I say that, God, I don't want to be detrimental, because it's a fantastic division. We've got some superb clients, and we deal with great candidates on a day-to-day basis, but it just wasn't one that we'd planned to work on. However, we got given a vacancy to work on. We filled it very quickly. We had surplus candidates. We've also been blessed in being able to pick up some amazing clients to work with. So so that was superb. So no plans for new divisions, but what we are doing is building the divisions that we've got. We're really bolstering each and every sector, so that we've got strength in depth in order to cope with the candidate shortage. We've introduced all sorts of new technology, new ways of working to attract and proactively find candidates that are both on the market, but also passive recruitment seekers as well.
Right.
And that's really helped. We've added to our workforce, so we've recently taken on 3 people who are solely dedicated to supporting the sales guys in the office, and making sure that we've got people dedicated to attracting candidates, interviewing candidates, and really making sure that we're doing as much as we can to keep ahead of the market and provide the best service to our clients we possibly can.
Nice. So I guess a question that we should ask is if why should people come to you? What makes you different? How do you stand out from other recruitment agents?
So from a candidate perspective, we've got some fantastic relationships with employers, not just in TM postcode now. We've spread a lot further afield. We've got clients all over the UK, and we can present the very best job opportunities to them. And not only that, we can guide them through the process right from the start. So if they need help with their CV, we can do that. We'll certainly assist them in terms of interview technique, and guide them through the process. And our aftercare is also very good. We stay in touch with the candidate once we've placed them. It's an important part of what we do to make sure that everyone is happy, both client and candidate. And from a client perspective, we are spreading the net a lot wider than most now. Right. We've got a fantastic pool of candidates, and also our methods of attraction are first class. We've invested heavily in that as well.
You also do video, don't you? You do sort of video interviewing. That's a big part of it, right?
Yeah, we do. So for certain clients, for certain roles, we have videos to assist a CV. And it's been really well received by our clients. They love the fact it's not a full interview of a candidate. It's 5 minutes of a candidate on video, and gives the client an opportunity to see that person before they're committing to an hour with them. And some of the feedback that we've had is really exceptional. It's certainly helped us to help our clients to find candidates, find staff quicker, and it's shortened the process for them, which again, going back to the market and the way it is, that can only be beneficial. Yeah,
that's cool. Nice one. So thanks for joining us today, Neil. That's great. All that information's great. And I guess for anyone who's listening, as far as recruitment goes, to come to you, if anyone wants to put it plainly, wants a job, they should go to you, because there's plenty of them out there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're
not short of the other side of things, the businesses putting the jobs on, it's the people coming for the jobs.
we've always got our arms open for new clients as well. If any business is struggling to recruit staff, then you can come and have a chat with us, because we're more than happy to give advice, to direct on what the market's like, what people can be doing to help to find the best talent out there.
Cool. That all makes sense. So, all Neil's details will be on this podcast and underneath this YouTube video. So if you need any recruitment, maybe some recruitment advice or anything along those lines, get in touch with Neil. I'm sure he'll help you. So thanks for listening today. Thanks for joining us, Neil. It's great to see you again.
Yeah.
And join us for another podcast soon. If you like what we're doing, please subscribe. And thanks very much. See you again soon. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Nick. Thank you.